Hello everybody. So here I am, sitting indoors on a gloomy spring afternoon, planning my hand fasting. I've got my folder full of plans and ideas and playlists and guest lists and goodness knows what else. And I have got some fantastic books that I have been lent by a friend of mine. Now she has actually been the officiant, you know, the celebrant, the priestess at several different hand fastings, so she's got quite a wealth of knowledge and books about the things. The book that I have enjoyed the most, I'm sitting watching Game of Thrones whilst doing this as well, not looking for inspiration, there will be no red at this wedding, thank you very much. But this is the book that I have enjoyed the most and found the most useful at the moment. It is Inviting Hera's Blessing, Handfasting and Wedding Rituals by Raven, Kaldera and Tannin, something German. And it's got these really cool, just really cool things all throughout it. It's got ideas for blessings, for quarter calls, for circle castings, for all kinds of different things. And throughout the book, it's got these little various different sections. So this one is a call to the beloved quarter casting, and this is a level 1 quarter casting. And there is also level 3 quarter castings, a whole bunch of different things. Now I was sort of flicking through it going, why is this one level 1 and why is this one level 2 and why is this one level 3? And I got very confused. So I went back to the beginning, as you should probably do with books, and it's got this fantastic little passage just down here. It says, feel free to mix and match, pull a vow here, a circle casting from there. Maybe only a few lines will inspire you, etc. And then it goes on to say, you will find all the rituals and ritual segments in this book labelled with level 1, level 2 or level 3. This denotes the level of obvious pagan content. A level 1 ritual can be performed in front of non-pagans to whom you do not wish to explain your religion. These rituals are a way to incorporate subtle pagan aesthetics into your wedding and still be stealth in inverted commas. If that is what you require. No deity names are invoked in these rituals, and they can be passed off as fantasy or folk tradition. Level 2 rituals are pagan light, again in inverted commas. They may invoke deities, but they do not require guests to have any knowledge of paganism, and they don't contain activities that might upset most non-pagans. Level 3 rituals are for the hardcore pagan couple who are not concerned with the shockability of their audience. Deities are invoked repeatedly in all their glory, and no attempt made to lighten the tone. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was very funny. It's just very entertaining. And I have taken sort of a bit here, a bit there, combined some bits that I've liked with other bits that I've also liked. It's a really good book. I really enjoy this one. Full of lots of really cool and useful bits. At the back of the book, it's got full rituals, like full example rituals, for all different types of traditions that you might want. So that one there was called the peasant ritual, I think. A fairy wedding. And yes, peasant tradition handfasting. Now, I don't know what a peasant tradition is. However, this is a really nice ceremony for anybody who is maybe has a homestead, a farm, you know, works off the land, because it's all about sort of honouring the land and the seasons and the crops that you might grow. It's a really very pretty, a very pretty ceremony, and I might use a few things from that actually. I've also been having a look at this little pamphlet, really. It's not even really a book. It is Pagan Rites of Passage, Handfasting and Pagan and the Pagan Wedding by the wonderful Kate West. And it's got some very useful things in it that I think I will use in sort of my here's what to expect part of the invitations, because I am going to be inviting people who are non-pagan, and I don't want them to be sort of shocked or overly worried about what might be happening, so I want to give them as much information ahead of time as possible. So here we've got sort of how to explain it, basically, how to explain, or sort of ways to explain things to non-pagans in a way that they might understand, or is slightly less concerning or scary, you know, putting any fears or worries to rest, which I think will be really, really useful, so I really like that one. This one is an actual, like, officiant's manual. That's what it's called, the officiant's manual, by R.A. Zorger? Zorger, yeah. And it's got, you know, lots of different handfasting rituals and ceremonies and things, which are really nice and a good way, you know, a good examples of things and bits that you can take out of. I'm still looking for, I've got quartercalls, I've got potential vows, I've got a couple of sort of readings and blessings and things that I could use in the ceremony, or could be used in the ceremony rather, but I'm still looking for an invocation that I like, so I'm still going through these. These two are quite similar, and I quite like both of them. They're quite historical, and looking into sort of the where the traditions surrounding handfasting and just generally marriage come from, which I think is really interesting, and sort of you can look into, you know, this tradition that everybody does, where did it actually come from, and do you actually want it in your ceremony, and things like that. So I'm really interested to look through these books and sort of figure out what I want to include and what can stay in the past. So yeah, that's what I'm doing this afternoon. I hope you're having a lovely day, and I will talk to you again soon. I might do sort of a few little videos about handfastings, or about my handfasting particularly, how it's going, what I'm planning, how it's all going to be put together. You never know, I might even put up a few clips of what happens on the actual day. So yes, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Blessed be. Bye.